Alrighty, so welcome back everyone. Like I was saying before, this game isn't really the greatest when it comes to that, so the game changed sessions from quality to race, and I couldn't change cameras or change drivers, so but it seems that we are back. It seems that we are back live, so hopefully we can go on from there. Carmento is still leading the race from Andrea. Ben Gallagher down in third, and Leon in fourth. And GLH in fifth place. There's the top five. It seems like they've broken off a little bit, so the top five pulling a bit of a gap. Yoran is about 2.5 seconds behind AMGLH. So there's that. It seems like they are teammates as well, running 31 and 32, possibly. I haven't seen any sheets about it, so I'm gonna mute that just in case. And it seems like the back of the grid is a bit spread out. I would say from 10th on back. Phoenix in 9th, G2 Racer in 10th. Seems like a bit of a battle here between him and RJDW. A bit of a Ferrari battle going on between Gary and Bookto. Bookto trying to go around the outside. Gary's going to cover that off. Oh, and actually push him off a bit. Spanix looking to have a move now. So maybe a bit ambitious from Bookto on his possible teammate. I mean, they're in the same Ferrari with the same paint scheme, so you gotta think here. See if he can get a run. I believe, though, it's actually Leon might have made a move there. He might have caught that at the bottom of the screen there on Yoran. It seems like Bookto, oh, he's flashing him. Oh, man. So maybe Bookto thinks he's quicker than Gary. Could be a possibility, you never know. Bookto runs a bit wide through Cop's corner, turn 1. Marshall waving the white flag. I didn't see anybody off. At least anybody's dot. I think we are still okay. Up at the front, doesn't seem like anything is happening. Clemento's still extending his lead. 1.8 seconds in the Lexus. Indeed, the only Lexus in the field, yes it is. So he is absolutely flying. Oh, Bookto up the inside. So he's going to get past Gary into the club chicane. And what usually is the final corner for these guys in the F1 game isn't in this one. So Bookto gets around Gary there into the club chicane. Maybe Spanix might have had a look there, but it doesn't seem like he went for it. Seems like everything has died down a bit. Front 4 still pulling away. Now AMGLH is now 4 seconds ahead of Leon. Another beautiful paint scheme. This is some great custom paint schemes we're seeing. It's a shame that you can't put sponsors on them. But either way, it looks, oh, it's stunning. I will have to admit. Now that Bookto got past Gary, we're going to keep on this Ferrari battle because I'm just going to say this, that I think Bookto was a bit quicker as Gary's starting to drop off. Now Spanix and GT Racer are now on the back of him. So let's hope this camera can switch over. Oh, Gary's around. Oh no. Oh, I shouldn't have switched cameras, but he's around. Oh, Canavera almost gets into him. Oh, and Chica's hit him. So Gary got spun around there. And he's got a lot of damage. And we'll see if Chica has damage too. Yes, he does. So about the same damage we're seeing for both of these drivers. So really unfortunate that the camera didn't switch there. We could have saw what happened, but hopefully maybe we can get a replay of it from one of the onboard cameras that we have access to. What a unfortunate break for Gary, and you just got to think of how much that's going to hurt him in terms of his lap times. You got to think maybe, I think he was behind, or I think he was ahead of Spanix. So Spanix may have made contact, or Gary might have just lost it on its own. But really unfortunate for Excel Gary. I mean, it is a preseason race, so there are no points awarded, but you got to think that you could use this as a place to see your pace compared to everybody else. And now it seems like Bookto is caught up to the back of Yoran. I think up ahead, yeah, AMG LH. They're probably the closest guys. So now we are on board with Carmentalist. So hopefully put in a good showing. He's still extending that gap. Last time I checked it was about 1.8 seconds. Now it's up to 2.2. So this is going to be interesting. Chica's actually in the pits, so that is something. He's in the pits, so probably going to fix that damage. Gary is going to stick it out and see what he can do. Claw his way back through the field. I think yes, and GLH did get past Andre there through the final section of corners. I think anybody else is really close enough. And that's the thing about GT racing. From what I can always remember watching it, whether it be the 24 Hours of Le Mans, 24 Hours of Daytona, it just seems like the field is so spread out. I mean, yeah, those are endurance races, and this is only 45 minutes. Oh, Spanix, I think, had a look there. These cameras really don't like to point on the person right away. We'll see if Spanix can get something done here into Stowe. It's a bit behind. I think Joran probably had the better chance. He was a bit closer. And they're all about the same distance away from each other. Spanix now really close. Oh, he's going to pull to the inside. Spanix on Joran. McLaren versus Audi. Here they go into Abbey. And Spanix is going to get it done. Maybe not. Joran up the inside. He's trying to pull the switchback. Now got the outside for what should be turn 3, but these corner numbers are mixed up since using the old pit lane. Spanek still trying to go around the outside. I believe that is farm or village. It's one of the two. And he's going to run a bit wide as Joran is going to hold on to that position. So great driving there from the two to keep it clean. It didn't seem like there was any contact. It's a bit hard for me to really judge if there's any contact, not being able to switch cameras to onboard through the game. 7 laps complete so far, and Carmental is still extending that gap up to 3 seconds now, so he's found another 8/10, and he is booking it. Ben still trying to chase him down. I remember hearing in the interview they were really good friends, so they're probably going to already working together. They're different cars though, so switch back into this Joran Spanix battle. I think the only battle that's been going on so far. There's 3 cars in the back there going through the Maggots Beckett's Chapel complex. I believe this is a battle between QVR Campbell, Canavera, and Chica. I believe could be a lap down. I believe he is a lap down. But he's made a move.
Pit window is opening.
Oh boy. Chica made a move there on Canavera. You can see the pit window now open, so I believe there are mandatory stops. I don't think you can change fuel. I know you can change tires, but I don't think you can change or add fuel. So these cars are probably full with fuel and full to the brim. Chica down in 16th, so I believe he is a lap down. So these positions are really for pride and maybe for self-esteem on these overtakes. So see if he can get something done on Campbell. Campbell in the Ferrari. And Chica in the Lamborghini, so a bit of an Italian battle here. 2 drivers in the pits. Chica doesn't make the move. 2 drivers in the pits. Andrew and Leon, they are in the pits, coming in for their mandatory stop. So pretty, I mean, they're going to take it pretty early. I don't believe there's like varying compounds. So I'm wondering, I'm sure these tires can, oh boy, control almost fell. So Andrew seems to have got ahead of Leon there. As Campbell, Tons, and Gary is in the pits. I believe Tons has a bit of damage, so maybe he's getting into a little bit of a bumping and banging battle here, but Gary most likely going to fix this damage and hoping to salvage something from this race. He's down in 14. He is not a lap down yet, so that is still good for him. It seems like these mandatory tire changes are happening. Campbell out and away, as I believe the leaders are coming through the final corner. So Campbell almost a lap down. That is very odd for me to say, knowing how quick he is in the Formula 1 games, but obviously that doesn't translate here. This is a whole new discipline of cars. I mean, everything is different. Carmental is still leading 3.7 seconds now back to Ben Gallagher, so this gap just keeps increasing. And I'm really interested to see what this strategy is, if they're going to split it, or if they're going to split this race up in half in terms of strategies and when they will take those pit stops, or if they'll do something a bit different and take their pit stops a bit early I believe Yoran, RJDW is in the pits now. Gary is still in the pits, so yes, he is fixing that damage. That's going to take a very long time. Most likely. Chica's in the pits once again. So he might have not taken tires when he hit. Just those few laps ago and just fixed the damage. And Gary is now out of the pits. Gary has a full sector to himself, so he's really got to get it going if he's going to want to finish high up in the standings. Yoran RGDW still in the pits. It seems like, I believe that is a lap car, Canaveria. Splitting up the two drivers battling for second place, GLH and Ben Gallagher. Coming on to lap 10, 25.5 minutes remaining in this preseason race. This race is flying by. Carmentelis not going in the pits yet, neither does Ben. Bookto's pretty far back from this group, so hopefully he can get his pit stop in. And yes, so Bookto's in the pits now. It seems like these are such long pit stops. Here comes Spanex into the pits. GT Racer will stay out. I believe that's the 81 car of Ibo. So yes, Ibo pulls into the pits in the Bentley. It's the only Bentley, so a bit of variety of cars. GLH pulled into the pits there. He did miss that, but he comes out in fourth place behind GT Racer, who is on the opposite end of the track. Ben Gallagher coming on to the Wellington straight now. 4.1 seconds, so once again the gap is still increasing before they even get into those pit stops. And I believe it's going to happen. Yep, Carmentelis in the pits. Let's see what Ben does. He's going to stay out, so he thinks he's got a bit of life left in these tires to maybe try to lower that gap. So now Ben Gallagher into the race lead. So we'll see Carmentelis trotting down the pit lane at the slowest speed ever. And he's got the first pit stall, being the pole position man. So we'll see what happens with Mr. Ben Gallagher, 0:45, if he can make up any time. Obviously, we won't know with Carmentelis being in the pits. The only car in the pits so far on this lap.
We are at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
So there we go, halfway through this race. 22.5 minutes remaining. I believe GT Racer has, according to the timing table, has come out ahead of Carmentelis. And he has taken his stop. I believe that is what the 1 is for, but it seems like it's going away, or actually, might be the other way around. So I think looking at it, the little one there in that orange box does mean that they still have to take their mandatory pit stop. So GT Racer, now I haven't been keeping track of how long these pit stops are, and I probably should have. Remember, a first pit stop was made, but I believe that's why Ford Volt's in the pits for his mandatory stop. So Ben still staying out. I figured he would have pit here and maybe, just maybe, try to perform the overcut. I believe that's a car off track. I can't see what number that is. It looked like... I'm just gonna start flipping through here. Oh, it was... Okay, so now looking at it, it was Andrea, or Andre, going off at Abby. Couldn't read the numbers. This is what I was saying earlier when I was watching in practice. If the map's off to the side, I really can't read the numbers. Oh! So the number 79 car of Y4 Volt has a 30-second stop-and-go penalty. So very interesting. I wonder if maybe he either sped in the pit lane or maybe crossed the white line on exit. It's got to be something illegal to get a penalty. And so it seems like the pit window is closing. I've just now noticed that. So there's about 4.5 minutes left on the pit window. So Ben is probably going to have to pit this lap, unless he thinks he's got a bit more pace to make it. And yeah, he's going to pit. So Ben Gallagher, your current race leader, into the pits. I believe GT Racer, he won't have enough time to make another lap, so he will definitely pit this lap. Carmentelis way back in Abbey. He's just gone through there. So we'll see where Ben comes out of. Oh, maybe a bit of a mistake from Carmentelis. Going through the new infield section. It's changed back in, I believe, 2011. Yeah, so GT Racer pulls into the pits. I believe that is 50 kilometers an hour. About something miles an hour. Ben and GT Racer into the pits. Carmentelis coming through Luffield right now, so it seems like he will get ahead. But what is the gap going to be? They're not moving. Ben and Carmentelis Ben and GT Racer, now Ben drops the jacks. He's off, but Carmentelis is past him. And the gap is going to be a lot greater than it was when it happened, as I believe there's a yellow flag back in turn 1 as Volt does pull into the pits. I'm trying to see, it might have been Chica once again causing the small yellow flag that we had. You see Ben, there's the sector line, so we'll know the gap now. It's 8 seconds, so Carmentelis extending his gap he doubled his gap. I believe it was about 4 seconds when he pit. So he has now doubled that gap to 8 seconds. Ben has got to get a move on. He's got a lot fresher tires than Carmentelis, so we will see what is going to happen here. Whether Ben can close in that gap. So I believe back here, RJDW and Campbell, the closest cars on track, 6/10 of a second as they race through cops. Campbell trying to get something to work. Can maybe overtake him. not. Oh, he hit the curb. Oh, Campbell's wide, and that is going to hurt him. He might get an exceeding track limit warning for that, but that has really killed his momentum. He was maybe looking to make a move. He's actually on the outside now. Campbell on RJDW. Can he get the move done? Oh, and he's run wide again. So Campbell not slowing the car down enough in that Ferrari. He's going to at least get another chance here into the final two corners. He's in the slipstream. Let's see if he can get it done. He peeks his nose out. Not close enough. Maybe RJDW will make a mistake, and I believe he has. Campbell trying to go around the outside. He's going to go for the switchback here through the final corner. And we'll see if he can get the speed down into Kopp's corner. They're side by side through the final kink. Campbell on the inside, RJDW on the outside. Porsche v Ferrari. And Campbell gets the move done. And runs a bit wide. RJDW a bit wider, I would say. So now we'll see if Campbell can increase the gap. A bit of a corner cut there through Beckett's Chapel Complex, but I believe RJDW is a bit too far back now to make a move.
Pit window is now closed.
There's the pit window closed. So Ben is now closed up half a second, I should say. I guess 5/10 would have worked, and that's what I was going to say, but I guess half a second's a bit, I don't know, a bit better. Actually, no, it hasn't. Okay. Oh, yeah, it has. I don't know what I'm saying. All right. So I believe that is Gary just ahead of AMG LH, trying to unlap himself. It's saying he's 2 laps down, and I wonder how true that is. The intervals aren't. It's going to take me a while to start to learn how they read. I think they just update every sector. But yeah, it's saying Gary was 2 laps down. Now there's nothing there. So, and Adrian Spanik's up there saying that they're a lap down too. So this is probably going to take a while. We'll see if Gary moves out of the way for AMG LH. He did have the blue flags through the Beckett's Chapel Complex. I believe back here Spanik's, and we'll see as it switches over. It is Yoran. Close once again. Oh, someone's off at the front. Was that Campbell? It was Campbell. So Campbell spinning it through the first corner, and he's lost the position to RJDW. So all that work gone to waste, losing the car through the first corner. And 10th place will now go to RJDW once the timing resets. Ben, he's now clawed back 0.8 of a second from when the pit stop ended, at least at the last sector line. Which is just after turn 14, I believe, if I'm counting my corners right. And right there, saying Ben is 1 lap down, but I think that's just coming across the line. I actually really do wonder how many people are 1 lap down and how many people aren't. Seems like there's a bit of a battle coming through. Luckily, the Hispanics and Yoran once again. They are catching up to the lap car of Sir Ibo. Hispanics flashing Ibo, telling him to move out of the way. I am getting pushed out here. And Ibo will let them both go. As I believe that's a car up. That's the 24, if I'm reading that right. And I believe someone, and he has left the session. Since we're now down to 15 drivers. So hopefully that doesn't cause any issues in terms of the server and lagging and a bit of a bug. So let's hope that doesn't happen. And 11 minutes to go. Carmento's still out front. Ben in P2, AMGLH in third. So that's your podium at the moment. Leon not too far back in fourth place, and Ben has actually lost a bit of time, about 0.2 of a second on this lap. See anybody too close? Actually, I think I do. Back there. Here we go. Once again, there's the Spanx Joran battle that's been going on almost all race. The McLaren and the Audi both in a somewhat purplish color. Not close enough that time to make a move. So just under 10 minutes to go, 8 minutes 45 seconds left in this preseason race 2. Carmentel is there starting his 18th lap, so we'll probably get about maybe 23 laps, I'm gonna guess. Just a guess, about 23 laps in this race. I believe Leon, I believe that's a lap car behind him. It is Gary. I was hoping maybe it was Bookto, but no, it is Excel Gary, a lapped car behind Leon, who's sitting in a comfortable 4th position. He's about 6 seconds behind AMGLH. He's about 13 seconds ahead of Bookto, so Leon sitting in a comfortable 4th position. AMGLH sitting in a comfortable 3rd. Doesn't seem like he's making up a lot of time on Ben Gallagher. They are pretty close on track, and Ben now starting to claw back a bit of time, but I think it's not enough. He's gonna have to gain about over a second a lap. Now with 7 minutes left, if he's gonna want a shot to win this race. I just don't think it's possible. I mean, I was gonna say something, but I figured I won't. I don't want to read any superstitions just yet. Joran and Spanx still going at it back here for 7th place. Joran really close through there. See if he can get a bit of slipstream down into turn 12. I believe he might have a peek up the inside. Stuck his nose there, but Spanix is still a bit ahead. This might be it here. He is really close onto the Wellington straight. Joran Spanix moving over to the side. Joran tries. He picks the outside line. And Spanix a bit later on the brakes. Those brake discs are glowing in this cloudy, overcast day here in Silverstone. We'll see if Joran has anything to say about it as they run through turn 1 now. Bit of a tricky spot to overtake, I'd say, turn 1. It's tight on exit. It doesn't really open up on exit. It opens up a bit later, but not right at the beginning. Joran, bit of a corner cut there. I don't think we're getting any warnings from race control if someone does go exploring the track limits. Joran and Spanix battle still continuing. Doesn't look like a move is going to be made. Following along with Andrew now. Spanix Joran battle still going on in the background. I don't think this battle is going to subside anytime soon. Oh, Joran, he's going to go for it. He's had enough with being behind Spanix, and he's going to make a move into the infield section. And what a move at that. I mean, he just absolutely went for it. Joran now ahead of Spanix. Spanix losing a bit of time, so I wonder if there was a small mistake running through the infield section after Joran made the move. Might have caught him a bit off guard. So hopefully Spanix can fight back and keep this battle going. I was hoping this battle was going to go to the very end, at the end of this timing. But it doesn't look like it. And now the gap will go right to the front. Ben Gallagher now losing time once again. It was 7.1 last time I checked, now 7.7. So Ben and Carmentos, they're about the same pace right now, but just at the beginning, Carmentos was just so much quicker. We'll probably see 2 more laps of racing, maybe even 1. So there was Y4 Volt getting ahead, or so not getting ahead, but letting Carmentos through. So it doesn't look like there's any positional battles happening, other than Carmentos coming up onto Canavera, who is a lapped car, so we'll maybe see the flashers put on by Carmentos, or maybe he'll be a bit nice about it and not really ask, as Canavera goes wide through, I believe, Brooklands. I always get those two mixed up, but Carmentos unhindered. Through his overtakings. I believe we will get 1 more lap after this. And I think Carmentos, if he wants to be a bit cheeky, he's got the gap to slow down and not have to finish this, and not have to do an extra lap. So hopefully he's got enough fuel to do so if he decides to continue on. And Bukto back in 5th place. Once again, another driver that's just really in no man's land. The field is so spread out here. That Joran Spanix battle not continuing like I was hoping for. It's making me angry, because I was really hoping we would have a battle to see all the way to the end of the race. At his current pace, Carmentos will have to do another lap, and I don't think that's going to phase him. I'm sure he's enjoying it right now. Ooh, Ben a bit wide there in the back. Ooh, I wonder if he just went a bit wide, trying to overtake the lap car of Y4, and that might have maybe a report coming in for that, because that seemed a bit odd. It's Y4 going a bit wide there. There we go. Carmentos up at the front. One more lap to go. 1 minute remaining in this race, so this will be the last lap of preseason race 2 here for League of Europe ACC PS4 division. We started with 16, we're down to 15, so one driver leaving the race.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
And there is confirmation from a race control, if that's what you want to call them. And there's a car off at the back. I'm trying to read the number, but I just can't. I'm just gonna start flipping through. It might have been Volts there.